Hi there, welcome to my website. Let me show you around. So this is my note-taking website. We can edit titles by using the Update Existing button. We can make new notes. Let's say I designed this website as a journal something. Something we can use to share our stories. The backend is made from Ruby on Rails, while the front end is made using JavaScript. You can save a new note and display it on two parts of the website. You can also update existing notes. Or choose to delete them. There, we just saved it. And then we can display it. Just like that. Now let's check out the front end. Okay, as you can see, I made a note class, and the idea to do this is to have a render list so that it handles each item individually. This is where my notes are, and thus I have to fetch from it. Here's my first fetch. And what I do here is when I actually get the note, I do that for each so that each note can be separated and can be basically clipped on the note list. So each note will be rendered according to the render list item function. I do this so that LI ID is matched with the note ID. Here's the render note. So each new note will have a LI with the data ID that equates to the node ID, along with the note title. Here I find the note list. So the note list is this part, right? So this is the note list. Add an event listener to it so that when I click on it, I can fetch that particular note. So when I click on it, fetch that, and put it in the body here. When I fetch it, I give it to the show note, and show note will actually find the note title and note body so that it could paste the value in there. When I try to get these buttons to work, I found that for me it was easier to use a hidden ID so that when you clicked on the note, that ID is saved on the page somewhere so that I could grab it later. I passed the current note ID variable to these functions, the update note and delete note, so that I could use the current note ID. I have an event listener on the buttons. This one's the save button. When you click on it, let's see. When you click on it, it saves the note title and the note body, and passes it to the save note function. Now, the save note is to make a fetch request, which is a post, to make a new note in the server. So here's the fetch. And obviously, after I save it to the server, I have to render it, because you want to see what you saved, right? So I call the render note again. So render that particular note. So that's what happens when I make a new note. Now saves it. Now when I click it, it'll show up on the left. Right? That's the new note. Now update note is where I have to go get that note ID from the hidden value, have it equate to this variable. I could have used another variable, but to keep it consistent, I'm using current note ID. And so when you update, how does the button know which note to update, right? And thus I had to pass the hidden note ID, grab it in the update. So when you hit update, it grabs the hidden note ID, and I do a patch, right? So you edit that current note. Obviously, you want to show note again so that it shows you what you edited. Here's the delete button. It gets that value, the hidden value, and passes it here to the delete fetch, and I do an update DOM on the node ID. So the reason why I do this is to remove that li, right? To remove it so it doesn't exist. So once this happens, it removes it. That disappeared. These two are just display 1 and display 2. Display 1, 2. I can choose what I want to display. Display 1. Display 2. Alright. Excuse me. So I have an event listener on the display buttons. When they're pressed, I basically have the note title and note body. Note title and note body. And I have it equate to the values or the inner HTMLs of the display ID. I gave them a specific display ID so that I know which one is 1, which one is 2. So yeah, this is my app. Check it out.